All right, the ball's in play. Game's underway. First one to get around to it. Looks like it's going to be Iñaki Laprida. Laprida gets the ball turned back. Thank you very much. And Iñaki gets that ball turned back around. Polito comes in, that is Facundo. Marcos Alberti right there. Marcos with the back shot. Now the ball is picked up by Polito. Here's Polito working his way past the traffic, looking good. Got a head of steam built up, looking to draw first blood. And he does so just like that, making the score 1-0. All right, the ball's back into play once again. Right there, looks like it is. Who is it? That is Facundo. Facundo Pierce, my goodness. Facundo taking his time, working his way down the field on the far side of the boards, waiting for some help. He's found it now. Lets that horse open up. Facundo dribbling the ball, looking so good inside the 60. Oh, the ball takes a nasty bounce, and Polito is there to back the ball back over the board. Turning first is an Obregon, Agustin Obregon. He's got an offensive player way up front, that is Iñaki. That's what I said. Coming in, Iñaki has the ball. Laprida by himself, not being defended, taking his time, working past midfield. Now, Iñaki fighting with the bouncing ball, loses it, and Lucas Criado comes up with it. Criado has the ball stolen away by an Obregon. And Facundo turns that ball back around. Facundo, he sends his players forward. Marcos Alberti going for the pass. Facundo is there in between two black jerseys. Oh, yeah. That's what we like to see. Broken taco. And, oh, that's a tough play. Facundo gets this ball turned all the way back around, taking his time, looking for a hole. He's found it right there, working it back to the left, back to the right. Now, Alberti coming in, trying to crush out the man, take the man. And it's going to be Facundo right there. Facundo leaves it for nobody. Umpire's whistle. Iñaki taking the penalty shot. He brings it in to the left. Iñaki Laprida looks like Criado is there to try to put some pressure on him. Criado decides to take the man behind. And Iñaki puts the power behind the ball, sending it down for Zinni. Zinni coming together with Van Andel. Van Andel gets the best of him, and the ball is picked up by Facundo Pierce. Facundo taking it around the long way, in between two black jerseys, reaching back, trying to get a hold of the ball. He does so nicely, and draws a whistle. Facundo puts that ball high in the air, going with option A. Will it hit the building? Yes, it does. Quick whistle on the play. Oh, we can have a mulligan throw in here. All right, the ball's back into play. It's picked up by Lucas Criado. Criado looking to outrun Iñaki. So just like that, we have another quick whistle, so we'll see where the umpires decide to set this one down. Facundo puts the ball along the ground, straight on through, breaking the tie and taking. All right, the ball's back in play, goes all the way through to the back end, and it's picked up by Facundo. Facundo Pierce, he's being defended by Cousin. Let's see, that is Lucas Criado. Lucas Criado finally losing the play, where it's going to be picked up by Iñaki Laprida. Laprida turns that ball back around and jumps quickly onto the loose play. Iñaki let that horse open up, but he's being chased down by Marcos Alberti. Alberti is there to put the pressure. Now coming in, he leaves the play behind. Polito comes in and has the ball stolen away by Cousin Facundo. Facundo with the open back shot along the boards. Coming back to pick up the play is going to be Iñaki Laprida. Laprida has control. Laprida looking for some help, and he finds it with Polito there to pick up the play. Polito working his way through the traffic. Polito tries to fire, now leaves it for an Obregon, but it's going to be Iñaki Laprida. Laprida gets a piece of that ball, sending it up. Who's going to get to it? It looks like it's going to be Facundo. Facundo, open back shot, turns on his own shot, coming around to pick up the play. It's stolen by Iñaki Laprida. Laprida right there trying to walk it through, does so very nicely, and ties it up once again. Now making the score 2-2 here in checker number 1. Umpires are waiting for both teams to line up correctly so they can put the ball back into play. All right, the ball's back in. It stopped in the middle. Who's going to come out of there with it? Looks like it's going to be an Obregon with a near side next shot. Right over there to Polito Pierce. Polito overrides the ball, and Alberti gets the back shot. Back to Iñaki Laprida, who crushes a tail shot. Coming in to pick up the line is Criado. Lucas runs around the man and picks up the ball nicely. Lucas can't deal with that bouncing ball, but he leaves it for Facundo Pierce. Facundo checking down. He's got Lucas Criado running forward. What a play right there by Alberti to take out the man. Now Facundo puts the hammer to it, looking for a goal from there, but it's just wide over the back line to the left. That would have been awesome. Iñaki Laprida taps the ball back into play. Straight down the middle. He's being defended by Criado. Lucas Criado leaves it for Polito Pierce. Polito now working his way back to the middle, finding all kinds of real estate to play with. Polito not being defended, choosing to keep this ball to himself, letting these horses open up. Polito, oh, I thought he was going to fire right there. Now he does so. Look at that, Polito. It's just off to the left, over the back line. So that will end checker number 1 with a score of 2 goals apiece. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Start the second checker as soon as we get some fresh horses. Facundo taps it one time, now crushes the ball over the left-hand side of the field looking for Lucas Criado. Criado finds that ball with not a defender within 40 yards of him. Now, Lucas checking down now under pressure. He's got an Obregon right there. Lucas continues to keep the ball to himself. Zenny there to put some pressure on him. Facundo comes in behind. Now Facundo gets that ball, moves it out to the right-hand side of the field. Obregon coming in and trying to make a play on Facundo. Facundo gives it to pass back up to Lucas Criado right there. Marquitos, what a play. Alberti breaks the tie and now makes the score 3-2. All right, the ball's put back into play. Looks like Iñaki wins the play, gets called off by Polito Pierce. Paul Pierce right there, letting that horse open up, trying to run away from his cousin. He checks down now, and Iñaki is there with the ball. Iñaki doesn't even make contact, he just gives it right back over to Polito. Polito checking down, looking for a place to go with it. Polito decides to fire at the goal from there. Will it go just wide to the left? So all right, Iñaki Laprida lays a next shot over there too. Lucas, that wasn't Iñaki, sorry, I'm getting confused here. There we go. So Lucas Criado trying to run around the defenders. Lucas weaving in and out of the defenders now. Puts the ball down the middle, looking for an Alberti. Alberti running hard to try to pick up the play. Alberti does so nicely, gets that ball working on the near side, offside, back to the near side. Near side, next shot, look at this kid go. Right there, what a play. Saving the ball. All right, the ball's put back into play. It's picked up by Facundo. Facundo checks up now, runs past cousin Polito, but loses the ball, and Polito picks it up. Polito, open back shot, setting up Iñaki Laprida. Laprida comes over and still has control of the ball. Iñaki finding his way, now leaves it for Polito. Whoop! Polito miscues, overrides, but turns back and gets the line picked up. Polito now decides to run the ball underneath the horse's neck. He's being defended by Alberti. Polito loses the play or leaves it for Iñaki Laprida. Iñak right there being defended by Lucas Criado. Now sends the ball up. Criado comes in, takes the play up on the near side, sitting a little back shot. Who's going to get back to it? Looks like it's going to be Iñaki Laprida. Laprida let that horse open up, looking to make a run here. Iñaki fires at the goal. The ball inside the red zone. Coming in is Polito. Polito picks it up ever so nicely, sending the ball straight on through and now making the score. All right, the ball put back into play. It stopped right there at the end of the line. Oh, we have a quick whistle, so we'll see what the umpires decide. The penalty got moved back because of an appeal on the number 4 in red. Therefore, instead of it being a penalty 4, it is a spot hit. And it's taken by Facundo. Facundo tops the ball, and Polito is there to pick it up. Paul Pierce gets written off on the play, and Criado picks up the play. Lucas taking it around the long way. Lucas. So, nope. All right, the ball's back into play. It bounces to the south, where it's picked up by Iñaki. Iñaki now leaves it for Polito. Paul Pierce, lays the crush, but it hits a horse, and Paul picks it up again. Polito leaves the ball now for the Obregon. Obregon has control, leaves the ball again for Polito. No, he keeps it and lays a beautiful neck shot down the field where Van Andel is waiting. And Van Andel lets the ball roll harmlessly over the back line, so we'll have a knock-in by Orchard Hill down on the south end of the field. Oh, wow. All right, and Iñaki Laprida crushes a neck shot, or excuse me, that's Facundo. Facundo crushes the neck shot back over to Criado. Lucas Criado, the old give-and-go pass right back over to Facundo. Facundo picks that ball up on the fly. He's in between 3 black jerseys. Now leaves it behind for Alberti. Alberti picks up the play, giving it right back over to Facundo. Facundo running hard. Polito trying to get there. Facundo overcuts that ball and sends it over the back line wide. So, all right, now, finally, Iñaki is actually taking a knock-in here. Iñaki Laprida does a pump fake. Now taps the ball forward twice more and puts the crush on it, sending it down to Polito. Polito picks the ball up on the fly, getting it past midfield. It's a horse race now. Polito running hard, and Criado there trying to pick it up. Polito, just seconds left. Polito with a little touch, sends that ball straight on through, ending the chukker and tying it up 4 goals apiece. What a play right there. All right, the ball's back into play. Van Andel gets a piece of it, and Polito is there. Polito checking down now, looking for a place to go with it. He's in between 2 red jerseys. Van Andel takes a little back shot, but Polito continues to keep the ball. Polito running by Lucas Criado, doing a great job right there. Polito here is coming through, running past the defenders, off to the left-hand side. He's got a hard angle to get back to. Somehow he does so nicely. Polito Pierce looking good, just like that. Straight on through and taking the top of the lead for the first time here today. All right, the ball is put back into play. It's picked up by Iñaki, who gives it over to Polito. He's hot. He just scored on the north end. Looking to do it again here on the south. He's on a breakaway. Polito doesn't take any chances with that bouncing ball. Polito looking to do it again right here. Polito, just like that, a 2-goal swing. Now increasing the gap and making the score 6-4. That is awesome. Yeah, all right. Lucas Criado looking to answer those 2 goals. Lucas checking down, gives the play back over to Facundo. Facundo, he's getting some help from Criado, who takes the man out. Facundo now works it back to the left, getting some more real estate. Facundo taking his time, not getting rattled. Facundo now runs the ball to the right-hand side, leaves it for Lucas Criado. Criado checks up, now fires at the goal. Criado, look at that right there, crushing it through, closing the gap, and now. All right, the ball's back in just like that. And Yaki Laprida crushing an open back shot. Now he sets up Polito, this is gonna be awesome! Out of the air, just like that's so cool. Polito making it count, taking it straight on through, increasing the gap once again and making the score 7-5. God, I love seeing stuff like that. All right, back in play once again, and it's picked up by Iñaki Laprida. Laprida checking down now, trying to keep it away from the defenders. He's in between two red jerseys. Facundo gets the hook, but oh well. I would have tried that. That was makes his approach, puts that ball along the ground, but it's just wide over the back line. And Facundo does the honor. Facundo taps it once, Polito waiting on it. Facundo now crushing that next shot back over there, looking for Criado. Lucas Criado all by himself, checking down now, waiting for some help from his teammates, surveying the field, reaching back, settling, letting that ball catch up to him. Now, Criado with the little give-and-go shot right up there to Facundo. Facundo picks the ball up on the fly, looking good. One player to beat. Facundo running down. Ooh. All right, penalty number 2 goes in favor of Orchard Hill. They convert and close the gap and now make the score 7-6. All right, the ball's back in. Facundo wins the throw-in. Facundo by himself. Polito trying to catch up. Facundo letting that horse open up. Facundo, he fires way back over to the left. Giving Alberti a chance to shine right here, which he does so nicely. Giving it right over there to Facundo. All right, the ball's put back into play. It's picked up right there by Iñaki. Iñaki gives up the play to Facundo. Facundo, deep neck shot, crushes it right back over there to Lucas Criado. Criado picking the ball up on the fly on the far side of the field by the boards. He hits a beautiful neck shot of his own to set up Alberti. Alberti drops on it, picks up the line, tries to keep it in. Oh, just wide over the back line. So Lago Casablanca catching, and Yacht right there tapping the ball into play. He's being defended by Criado. Criado putting all kinds of pressure on him. Now Iñaki Laprida fires the next shot over to the boards, looking for Polito. Polito checking down now, picking up the ball. He leaves it behind, but he comes back and picks it up nicely. Polito with pressure from Facundo decides to run it underneath his horse's neck. Polito having some trouble with that bouncing ball. Now gets it turned all the way back around. Yeah, exactly. He just needs to get the ball in the air, then he's fine. Reaching back, what a play with the snake. Steals it away, and now we've got a horse race. Polito looking good. This is where he shines under pressure. Polito reaching down. I think I jinxed him. And Facundo crushing the back shot to the board, setting up Criado. Is Criado his shot into the boards and into sucker number 3. So feel free to stretch your legs, go out there and put back some divots. And we'll see you all in about 10 minutes after halftime. So the ball did hit the boards, so the throw-in will be from the boards to the center. Umpires pushing both teams back, trying to give himself some space to throw that ball in. He does so nicely now. Let's see who's going to get that. Looks like it's going to be Alberti. Gives that ball back over to Facundo. Facundo here being chased down by Polito. Facundo lays the hammer to it, sending it down, looking for Steve Van Andel. Van Andel, he's got Zinni on his hip. Zinni moves over, and the ball is picked up by Lucas Criado. Criado leaves it behind, where Iñaki Lafrida picks it up. Lafrida, his shot picked up by Facundo. Facundo drops that horse's head, runs it straight through, and puts it straight on through the uprights. Now breaking the tie, taking the lead and making the score. All right, the ball's put back into play, and Polito appears. Polito drops his horse's head. He's got some help there from the Obregon. Polito by himself, working both sides of the horse, looking to put this one through, which he does so effortlessly, and ties it up once again, making the score 8-8 here in chukker number 4. All right, the ball's put back into play. It bounces to the south, where it's picked up by Iñaki Lafrida, who hits a tail shot. Right over to Facundo Pierce. Facundo turns that ball underneath his horse's neck, and the Obregon takes a swipe at it. It's picked up by Lucas Criado. Criado being chased down by Polito. Criado still has control of that ball. Reaching back now, loses control, where Polito is waiting. Polito gets it turned back around. Polito looking to run past Facundo. He gets hooked by Alberti. What a nice play. Yeah, he is. And Polito puts the ball high in the air, but it looks like it's just wide outside the uprights. Norte. Facundo taps the ball twice. Facundo with the pump fake now decides to let that horse open up and run to the right. He's got a head of steam built up. He's got one man to beat. Facundo never checks. And he's backed up by Lucas Criado. Criado fires a huge shot down where the Obregon is waiting. Obregon puts that ball high in the air, and the play is picked up by Facundo. Facundo, he loses the play, but he's backed up by Lucas Criado. Criado inside the red zone now. He goes into the traffic. Criado looking to make it happen right here, but the ball takes a hop and bounces outside the uprights. So we'll have a knock-in. Goes in favor of Orchard Hill. Facundo walks up to it, flips that ball so it just barely breaks the line, but it's enough. Ooh. Everybody's all dancing. Everybody, next time someone crosses, all right, so the ball's in play, just like that, Criado. Oh, Facundo picks it up. Facundo, he sends Criado and Alberti forward. He's challenged by Iñaki. He gets past Iñaki very nicely, though. Facundo now inside the 60. One player to beat. Facundo's got the speed. Reaching over on the near side. Can he do it? Very nicely, just like that. Sends the ball straight on through, increasing the gap and making the score now 10-8. All right, the ball's back in. It stopped right there in the front end where it's picked up by Iñaki Lafrida. Lafrida now with a little tail shot. Alberti's right there, but the ball is stolen away by Facundo Pierce. Facundo, he's on fuego now. That means fire. Coming in to pick up the play is Lucas Criado. Criado picks it up on the fly. Criado trying to work his way back to the middle. He loses the play where the Obregon is, and the ball is picked up by Paul Pires. Polito sends it over to the boards. Zinni coming in trying to make a play, but it's going to be a little back shot there where Polito picks up the ball. Polito, what a play right there. Keeps control of it. Polito taking his time. He's getting a lot of help from his teammates now. Drops that horse's head. Lets the horse open up, and it's a horse race now to get to that ball. Facundo and Polito. Polito gets to it, but the ball is somehow turned away over to the boards where Criado overrides just a bit. Now it's going to be the Obregon. No, the Obregon leaves it, and it's picked up by Iñaki. Lafrida leaves it behind where the Alberti comes in. Now Polito, and the whistle. Then we had an appeal whistle on the number 3 black, which would then move it to a penalty 5 from the... Facundo puts that ball high in the air, straight down the middle of the uprights, and now makes the score 11-8. Didn't get to say my tendinitis today. And the umpire puts the ball back in play. Who's going to come out of there with it? Looks like it's going to be Facundo. Facundo now flips the ball to his near side, crushing the back shot where the Obregon was waiting. Wow. Okay. Polito taps the ball into play. Polito looking for some room, finding it. Now Polito is able to open it up, but it's stolen away by Facundo just like that, and once again we have another horse race. Facundo letting that horse open up, sending it down, the Obregon trying to defend, but Facundo is there to send it straight on through. What a play to end the chucker and make the score 12-8. So we'll be back in just a moment. Wow,
that was quite a
fabulous fifth. So, start the 5th chucker. Okay, the ball's put back into play just like that. It's going to be Polito. Polito looking to answer some of Facundo's goals. Polito Pierres now takes the man, brings the ball forward on the near side, checks down, keeps control of it. What a play right there. Polito Pierres sends it straight on through to make his job. He's playing better than
Red, on your side, please. Number 2, red. Wait, show red on your side. There you go.
All right, the ball is put back into play once again, and it's picked up by Facundo. Facundo. Yeah. He's checking down now. Facundo still in control of that ball. He takes a look at it, sends the ball along the ground, looking to score from there. Iñaki, what a nice play. Iñaki Lavrita taps the ball back into play. He fires a next shot right over there, looking for Polito. Polito finds the ball and lets his horse open up. Polito keeps control, keeps that ball close because Criado is right there. Lucas Criado comes in and steals the ball. Slash
yeah, but here's the
Casablanca.
Thing. I'm the one that's going to write it up.
Polito puts that ball high and straight through the upright. Polito sneaks in there, steals that ball, but Facundo is there to put some pressure on him. Polito tries to lay the crush on it, sending it down to Iñaki, who is waiting so patiently for the ball. Iñaki Laprida loses the play to Lucas Criado, who crushes a near side back shot. Now coming in, Polito, he checks his 6 o'clock position, does the little flip back away shot, that was pretty cool, and now picks up the play. Polito, no way. Oh, that was awesome. Just wide over the back line. Facundo Pierres taps the ball twice. Now pumping. Now decides to run past cousin Paul. Facundo letting that horse open up. He's got control of the ball. He leaves it behind now. Whoa. Now there's a nice little tail shot there. Coming in to pick up the line is going to be Iñaki Laprida. Laprida gets control of the ball, giving it back over to the Obregon. Obregon moves over, has a man on his hip. Obregon looking to do something right here. Obregon, can he do it? No! Facundo awesomely turns that ball into goal mouth.
So excited.
Now, Facundo rushing the ball back past midfield. He's got Steve Van Andel on a breakaway now. Van Andel with an awesome pickup right there. He's inside the 60, checks up to let the ball settle. Van Andel takes his shot on goal. It's looking good. Steve Van Andel, just like that, putting one through the uprights. and now making the score 13-10. All right, the ball's back into play. Who's going to win this throw? Looks like it's going to be the umpire's whistle. Number 4, Facundo, getting all kinds of help from his horse. Facundo puts that ball high, but just wide to the left. So he's at Lago. And Iñaki Labrita brings the ball back into play. Iñaki. Now fires the next shot back over there to Polito. Polito picks the ball up nicely on the fly. Coming in to take advantage of it is Lucas Criado. Lucas overrides. Now Polito is challenged by cousin Facundo. The Obregon has the ball. The Obregon crushes it back up there. Looking for Zinni, but coming in for the defense is Van Andel. Now, what a play right there. It's backed and picked up by Facundo. Facundo Pierce inside, 2 black jerseys. Oh, not quite what he wanted to do there. Polito comes in and steals it away. Polito Pierce looking to make something happen here. Decides to turn that ball underneath the horse's neck. Polito still has control. I love it. Now, let's see who's got it. Polito does. Polito gets the ball stripped, but he comes back and picks it up on the near side. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Okay, there we go. Now, oh, the snake right there. Criado, the serpent, steals that play away, gets it past midfield, and is in a horse race now. He lets his horse open up. Oh, the ball takes a nasty bounce on him, but he's followed up by the best guy possible, Facundo Pierce. Facundo taps that ball back to the middle. Facundo looking good right there. Facundo! Wait up. That means wide. Behind the backline, taps the ball back into play. Iñaki taps it twice. Oh, yeah, Criado and Polito making some contact. They call that running. Now, Iñaki, whoa! Labrita with the fake out play, pretends to hit it hard, comes back around and turns it back around. Now, Iñaki Labrita rushes that ball down. Zinni moving in to pick up the play. No, Zinni gets called off by Polito on a breakaway now. Polito looking good, moving back over. Polito has the ball. Polito, period. Straight on through, closing the gap. Now making Claire's job super hard and making the score 13-11, ending the chucker. So we'll see in a few. All right, the ball's back into play. Lucas with the upper back shot setting up Facundo. Facundo being defended by cousin Paul. Facundo works his way back to the left. Facundo running that down to the goal. Now flips it back for Lucas Criado. Criado trying to make his mind up, decides to take it around the long way. Lucas looking good. Flips it underneath the Obregon. Now near side, next shot. Oh. So it looked like it came off. Okay, Iñaki Labrita puts the ball back into play. He hammers it to the left where Polito is waiting, but, oh, nice pickup. Iñaki gets control of that back shot. Now turns it back to the middle. Iñaki waiting on some help from Polito. Iñaki trying to move out of there. Polito waits for him to clear, now has the ball. Working his way back to the right-hand side of the field. And this is Zialeta right here. Okay. Polito lets that horse open up. You weren't kidding, dude. Polito reaches back, has control, looking to stab one through. Polito Pierce right there, and he does it. What a play. Closing the gap. Uh-oh. Is that what I think? All right, the ball's put back in and stopped in the front. Now, and Yak, what a great play right there. Hits it over to Polito. Polito fighting that bouncing ball, but he still got control. Polito out of the air on the near side. Polito just like that. What a play on Zialeta. Yeah. But she's not playing any other play. All right, the ball's back in. Facundo wins the throw-in. Facundo, he's got that ball stuck to the end of his mallet. Polito tries to get the hook. Facundo and Polito fighting. Facundo reaching over on the near side, now brings it back to the offside in between two black jerseys. Facundo, this is going to be super awesome right here. Will it go? Oh my goodness, off the post. And it's still in play. Whoa. Where Polito lays the hammer down and sends it down there to Inyok, who can't quite catch it out of the air. Now it's everybody overrides. Oh, let's see, Facundo. Facundo, open back shot to set up Criado. Criado lets the ball settle, and the Obregon drags it forward. Obregon with the next shot, hammers it back around. Who's gonna get there? It's gonna be Alberti setting up. Nobody but Inyok. Laprida takes that ball back over to the boards. Inyaki, Laprida, looking to make some magic happen right now. Inyaki Laprida looking for his offense. He lays the hammer down, sends it up for Polito, but Facundo has control of it. Makes his approach. And, Facundo gets a piece of it, but... All right, the ball's put in, it stops in the front, and Inyaki reaches down and gets control. Inyaki Laprida trying to cement the win right here. Inyaki loses the play to Alberti. Ooh, Alberti's back shot right into Facundo's armpit, where they lose the play. Now a tail shot just like that. What a play. Paul Harris turns and picks it up. Polito running hard, trying to beat Facundo. Facundo with the open back shot. Facundo shot over there, picked up by Inyaki Laprida. Laprida takes the ball straight across to the boards, where he checks down, lets the ball settle, and picks up the play once again. Inyaki still has control. Laprida. He was able to thread the needle on the last one on the north end. Let's see if he can do it again here on the south. Exactly. Polito, his shot undefendable, straight on through, making clear. My father always said. All right, the ball's put back in, it stopped in the front, and Alberti is there. Alberti with a little back shot. The only one to read the play. Now, Obregon. The Obregon being defended, under pressure. Facundo comes in behind, and Alberti doing a great job. Goes to the whip, trying to ride off the Obregon, which he does so nicely. Now, he loses the play, and it's going to be picked up by Inyaki Laprida. Laprida in between two red jerseys. Facundo trying to make up his mind what he's going to do. And Inyaki now, Polito, but it's stolen out of there. Somehow, look at this. Alberti on a breakaway. This kid's 2 goals. I can't believe it. Alberti now loses control, but the Obregon is there. Obregon shot picked up by Polito. Polito comes together. He gets the open back shot off, though. Coming in to pick up the play is going to be Inyaki Laprida. Laprida crushes it into the boards and sends the ball off the playing field. From the center, where Facundo taps the ball into play. Facundo short on time. He's going to try to make some magic happen right here. Polito defending against Facundo. Facundo finds the jump on him. And Polito turns that ball around. First one to get around, though, is Criado. Lucas Criado. Open back shot. Looking to set up Facundo. But Inyaki gets the best of him on that play. And Inyaki lays the hammer down, sending it over to Polito. Polito takes the ball back over to the boards. Polito gonna flip that ball, try to flip it off the field, couldn't quite do it. What a play right there. Now Inyaki picks up the play on the boards and sends it off, eating up valuable time. That's gonna do it. No, you're right, that was skill, I'll give it to you. What a great game we saw. What a great way to start off the morning. We'll see y'all over on field 2 at 1 o'clock.